It's fine dining. You know, like the original is like going to a really nice fancy 5-course meal. This one, we're going to Ruby Tuesday.
I like the salad bar, man.
If we fuck up a salad bar, what can we say? Is everyone ready for this? I'm ready for this because I love this death. I think this death is fucking brutal, metal, and just kind of eerie, in my opinion. Imagine there wasn't a franchise, and this is the first time this movie ever came out. And that's the monster? The fuck?
That's what I'm saying. Like, making the nuclear family, like, the site of horror is pretty progressive and hardcore.
Let's do this, y'all. I want to show you all how it's done.
Why would you go in?
I would never.
You run straight for that room?
Ugh. I love that shot, that scene. I love every bit of it. I love its execution so much. Because it's broad daylight, girlfriend's right outside, on a swing right out there, and doesn't even know this fucking shit just happened. And also the sound design of like that motor happening out there, it makes me think of childhood, of hearing my dad mowing the lawn. And it happens like that. It's anticlimactic. It just happens, and it's quiet, it's messy. He just gets dragged into the room and gets closed the door behind him. You don't know where the fuck he just was taken to now. It's so eerie because like that's how like legit real life murder and crimes happen.
I like the fact that there's no music and
Yes.
that the sound design, it almost sounds like a squealing pig. And then when he's like shaking on the ground and it is like a stuck pig or something.
Oh my god,
With
yes.
the squealing, like that to me is really cool sound design.
It's almost satirical as well because the fact that you see, like you said, it's a big red room with nothing but skulls.
Yeah.
It's like you're running right into death right now, and that's exactly what he did. So it was just like it was red herrings all over the fucking place. Love it, love that shit. Cut it, print it, check the gate. I don't know, shit. Like it's good stuff, and I love how raw and gritty this is too. Because all that fringing for one on that door, so they didn't pretty this movie up at all.
I think what's cool about this movie too is the victims come to the house.
Yeah.
And like in Halloween, the killer like comes out and comes to the people.
Yeah.
Like having the people drawn back into them and being killed by their own idea of like family and safety.
Yeah.
You know, like seeing a house and a family there and being like, oh, it'll be fine, and being killed by that.
Yeah.
Is really interesting and progressive. Everything's been influenced by Texas Chainsaw. I mean, I feel like even Halloween, you know, the mask, Leatherface's mask probably influenced Halloween.
Probably, maybe just a little, at least a little bit. They thought about it at least once or twice. Okay, messiness. I will give it 4 out of 5 hammers. Because my imagination starts running wild because at first you see him get hit in the head and so he's like convulsing because he had like probably brain damage now. And like you say, he's moving around like a stuffed pig and he's all bloodied. And then he gets dragged, so you're dragging blood all over the floor and everything. You're dragging him. He's probably bleeding out back there and shit, like you say, it sounds like a pig back there and it looks like a fucking butcher's block in this house.
Whereas I think, you know, Halloween shows you directly what happens to people.
Mm-hmm.
Texas Chainsaw doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't even necessarily show you gory details that much. No. It like makes you feel the gory details.
Yeah. By like you said, by leaving it to your imagination, which is just as
effective.
Yeah.
If not, sometimes better.
For me, I would give it a 3 out of 5 because there's not a lot of blood and it's a really clean swing to the head. I mean, he just
he's done this before.
Done. Like takes him out, you know, almost immediately.
Oh, I'm falling more in love with this movie right now as we're talking about it.
Dignity.
Damn, that's hard for this one. Because, like, on the girl in Halloween, the original one, I was ruthless with her. For some reason, I want to give him some dignity. But at the same time, it's like, he's just as bad as her. But actually, he walks into it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, but I also, like I said, typically a house with a family in it is safe.
Yeah.
You know, so to go into a house with a family in it and be attacked is abnormal.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the movie scary.
Yeah.
So I think Dignity's a hard one because I feel like his expectations are subverted, just like our expectations are subverted.
Yeah. Okay. I can give you that one. Then I'll give it three hammers for Dignity.
Me too.
I think that's a decent, like, middle ground for it. Because legit, you run into it, but at the same time, expectations, yo. I'm expecting gravy and biscuits.
Yeah, and then you're met, you know, with a mallet and a bunch of cannibals.
Okay, environmental friendliness. I'm gonna give it a 4. Take away a point because the hammer, man-made.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know anything about this family, they're cannibals, so they're probably gonna eat them. So there's no remains left. So they're recycling. Can't be mad at them. They're just hungry.
I'm also gonna give it a 4 because I feel like, you know, he's a butcher.
Ooh.
And he's gonna utilize every part of that person.
You right. You absolutely right.
Which is upsetting, but you know, that's the movie.
It'd be that way sometimes.
It's a horror movie.
It's a horror
Get
film.
into it.
I'd actually be more upset if he didn't know what he was doing. Shock factor.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
5.
yeah.
5s across the board.
5. Even still to this day, just even, like, I can see it coming, and it's still just kind of shocking to be so helpless.
Well, I think there's like a slight build-up. Yeah, like the way they zoom in on the red room and stuff, like that's off-putting.
Yeah, but it's off-putting, but it's not so off-putting that it's suspicious, because like you see the deer head, and it makes me think also of my father in hunting.
That's what I'm saying. Like you walk into a country house
in Texas,
and you think country people, biscuits and gravy, family.
I love biscuits and gravy.
You know, like I mean, and then you know they're cannibals.
Yeah, it turns out you're a dinner.
Yeah, it's just so swift, you know, what happens. And I think that's what's shocking.
And it's edited really nicely, like the pacing of like the encounter is edited so well because it's so swift, like you say. Like he gets a quick look, but not the most clear of looks because it's too late.
And I love how we see Leatherface from his point of view. You know, we get the pan up of the camera and then boom.
Yeah, like legit you see what he got to see before it's too late.
Yeah, we get that big pan up, we see Leatherface in power, and then right when he hits him we cut out to the wide.
We aren't part of it anymore.
Yeah.
We're just witnesses.
It really puts Leatherface in like a seat of like
real empowerment.
Yeah, which is scary.
So 5.
5 for
shocks.
10s across the board.
Oh my god, it deserves it. But now for the 2003 remake of the same scene, same equivalents of the scene.
I'm excited.
A remake of it, which I want to know what you feel about it since
I haven't seen the remake.
You never saw I like the remake a good bit.
No,
it's a fun remake.
Because I love the original so much, I'm like, I'm not watching the remake, but now I think I would watch the remake. I used to be that person.
I mean, we all used to be that person a little bit.
But now I'm like, whatever.
I'd be that person, and then I'd still go see it.
But now I'm like, Halloween Kills come out on October 15th, and guess who's going to be in theaters watching it?
Yeah, are you going to theaters for it?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Pigs!
It's a callback.
It really is. You're making so much noise, my friend. Couldn't find my mouse.
Oh no!
I was too shocked.
It's just like she can't find Kemper anymore. So tell me, how do you feel about that death? I want to hear your perspective on it.
I like it. I like the cut to the TV where the little cartoon character's like, oh, like you're supposed to be shocked right now, you know?
Yeah.
The original just is shot in a way, to me, that makes more sense than this. There we get the shot of Leatherface from his point of view, Kemper's point of view in this scene when he's being dragged away. And you get the shot up and it puts Leatherface in that seat of power, just like the original.
And it's upside down too.
Yeah. But that pan up in the original film
is just so cinematically pleasing.
Well, it makes Leatherface look so big.
Yeah.
And so, out of this world, and like that is clever.
Can I have a contrast with you?
Sure.
Or at least devil's advocate.
Yeah.
My only real argument for it is, I feel like this one's it has its own mise en scène in its own sense.
For sure.
Because...
Well, this is all grayed and washed out, whereas the original had really big pops of red. And
this one, like, has its own different kind of mise en scène in the sense of, like, this is a remake. Yeah. So you are expecting to see Leatherface now.
Right.
You have expectations now. Whereas in the first one, you didn't know what the fuck to expect. Mm-hmm. This one, people are going to see what fucking Leatherface is going to do and look like. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why they have that TV playing, doing that drum, like it's almost like Leatherface is about to come out now. Ah. So everyone's like, all right, here he is. Bam. There you go. I feel like they were backed into a corner where it's like, we can't really mimic or try to do what the original did because you can't anymore, or else it's boring.
See, I would think the opposite. I would think you're introducing Leatherface to a new generation.
That's a great perspective too, yeah. So
I would think, and obviously you don't want to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is the wheel.
You just want to make 4 more of them, or 3 more of them.
So like, I don't necessarily think that you need to do exactly what Texas Chainsaw did, to make a remake, and I'm not saying this is particularly bad in any way.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that I think the original
is better.
And
that, that's just a fact or opinion. I agree with you completely on it. Messiness. I think this one's a lot messier looking.
Yeah, I think it's shot messier too, and I think that there's more blood and like...
Yeah, there's a lot more shakier camera work.
Mm-hmm. So I would give this like a 3.5.
3.5 axes?
3.5 axes, yeah.
Like, and also like the music.
Mm-hmm.
There was no music in the original, and yet they definitely were like, we gotta have music in this one. So I'll agree with you. I'll give it 3 axes. Can I also say this about the original too? I love the look and design of Leatherface, but I feel like in the original one, like, it's not like they hid Leatherface at all, because like when you do the pan up, you can still see him very clearly just for a very short bit. Whereas in this one, you can see a very short bit, but it's also so dark and muddy looking.
Yeah.
That you can't, like, it's like, are they trying to scare you with what details you can't see?
I thought it was, like you said, just the mise en scène. Like, it was just the everything being darker and whitewashed, and it's just a different mise en scène.
Dignity.
I haven't seen the remake, so I don't really know what's going on with Kemper. But to me, it has just about as much dignity as the first one. I mean, they're in a house. They expect not a lot because it's just a house, and his expectations are clearly subverted.
True.
I think the difference between this house and the original house is I think this house is almost a little more creepy with mannequins, and it's like more set up for you to be like
a haunted house. Yeah,
something's clearly wrong with this house. Whereas the old one, something is off about the house, and something is off about the house, but
you can't put your finger on it yet.
Can't put your finger on it. But here you're like, no. Why are you in this house?
Why are you in that? Why are you wandering around in this man's house alone? Well, actually, if you see the movie, he's not supposed to be in the house. Like after she is distracting him, he just goes wandering through the house.
What an
so
idiot.
in a way, it's like I think he has less dignity because he should be alive, but his own dumbass was like, no, I'm just going to go walking through the house anyway, and then he gets chopped up.
So maybe like a 2?
Yeah, I'd give him a 2.
Nah.
2 axes. Environmental friendliness. I'm going to give it the same like I did the original. I think it's about the same environmental friendliness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because not only do they recycle his body, there's a scene later where you see him cutting the guy's face off and putting it on as his new mask.
I'll agree with you then.
Yeah?
I like that a lot, yeah.
So I'll give it about the exact same. What did I give it last time? I think it was like 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shock factor though. I'll give it a 2.
Well, it's like you said. I think we're expecting Leatherface, and you literally, like you said, get a drum roll.
Yeah, like I didn't notice that when I first watched it, but growing up and now being in film and stuff, it's just like, oh, I see what you did there. That's cute. Like you said, it was like, oh, I thought that was funny. I was like, wow, I didn't even think about the fact that he was like having a shocked face, like. you should be shocked now.
Yeah.
Like, I was seeing it as like, there he is.
Yeah, I'd give it like a 2.
Yeah, I'd give it 2. But that was Texas Chainsaw, everybody.
And Halloween!
Thank you guys for joining us on this volume 2 of our Halloween special for Dead Air. Please join us every week. Every Wednesday we come out with a new video.
We do.
Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that bell for notifications for whenever we do upload things.
Ding. If you like this show, we're coming out with a new podcast called The Good, the Bad, and the Masterful.
Yes, it's in the works.
So be on the lookout for that.
Hopefully we'll have some fun, interesting videos coming out soon. We've been brainstorming lately, so stay tuned.
And before I forget, happy Halloween.
Ooh, happy Halloween, everyone. The best time of the year. Get spooky for us all, okay? And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.